What are you waiting for? Everybody knows that their first business idea probably isn't going to be the one that breaks out, the one that makes you that millionaire that you see in all of YouTube videos. But you need clarity to have success in a business, and you don't achieve clarity until you start to take action. So you have to take action before you receive the clarity. So wouldn't it make sense then to just get started and come up with an idea and try to move forward with it? I'm going to give you a few ideas in this video of things that you can do to start now and start taking action on some of your ideas, and how you can potentially turn them around and start making some profit and get out of the doldrums of being confused and wondering if you should start, and just get started and take action with launching your first business. Everybody's waiting for the perfect time to start their business, or really just the perfect time in general for everything. It's the perfect time to start your business, but it could also be the perfect time to ask out your dream girl, or the perfect time to plan a vacation and get away from work for a little while. There's a lot of things that there's the perfect time, but there really is no such thing as a perfect time in life. It's all a myth. And these are the things that will just keep you slowed down and stop you from taking the progress that you should really be taking. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you have to take action to gain clarity. And without clarity, you're not going to be able to succeed in the goals that you're trying to achieve. So why don't you take a step back, think about some of the ideas you have rattling around in your head, and see what you can do to actually try to launch one of those and to make a little bit of profit. Now, when you're first looking at this, don't think about trying to make $1 million off of this idea that you have. Think about it as proving the concept. If you can make $1 or $10 through this business idea, there's a good chance that you're going to be able to scale it and to make more money. So the first thing you want to do is start really small. Don't go build out this big elaborate system and put all of these pieces together to try to launch something, because you don't know if it's going to work. So don't spend hours, weeks, months, and years trying to build it out before you even know if it's going to work. A lot of people talk about this in the coaching industry. Try to sell the coaching product before you've even created it, because there might not actually be a market for the product that you're trying to sell. That makes a lot of sense. So what you would do in that situation is you would decide what kind of product you want to make for your business coaching, life coaching, dating coaching, whatever type of coaching it is that you do. And then you start talking about it and see if people sign up. When they decide that they want it, you put them onto some sort of waiting list and let them know the product is going to be out in a month. And then you get busy, you get real busy, and you start building it out. So the same thing with your business idea. You might not know exactly what it is yet, so this is the perfect time to start testing some different ideas and see what the market is actually interested in. Because if the market is not interested in anything that you're trying to do, it's not going to sell, and therefore you don't have a business, you just have a hobby. I went to college and spent a lot of money on it as well, but I didn't actually graduate. I dropped out when I decided that I'd learned enough, and nothing that I was going to gain here was actually going to help me towards the future goals that I was trying to achieve. See, I really wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to work for myself. So it really didn't matter what I got a degree in, because I didn't need that degree to hire myself. I was going to hire myself regardless of it. So I was taking classes in accounting and finance. I learned enough about accounting and finance to realize that if I do have a successful business, then I'm going to hire somebody to take care of the accounting and the finance and the taxes for that company. So I learned enough to know that I don't need to do it personally, and I can hire somebody that can do it for me. The same thing applies when you're trying to start businesses and you look at yourself as an entrepreneur. The tuition that you pay is the failure and the struggles that you go through in the process of trying to create, and then eventually creating, a successful business that's going to make you money. And then hopefully, if you do this right, it's going to get you out of your job, and it's going to provide a lifestyle that you want to live, that you can live with your family and have some sort of freedom. Now, I want to stress this in this video. I talk about this all the time. Starting a business is easy enough, but what you want to focus on, and you can do whatever you want, but what I would highly suggest that you focus on is a business that can scale without you. It doesn't have to be a completely passive business, but it has to be something where you can start to buy your freedom. It doesn't make any sense to go from having a job working 9 to 5 or 40 or 60 hours a week for another company to go to working 60 to 80 hours a week, but just for yourself. You might as well just kept that job, kept the benefits, and kept the vacation time. Because when you have your own business, if you don't structure it right, you don't have vacation time. So make sure that when you're thinking about these ideas, you're trying to think of things that you can scale and you can automate and you can systematize, so a lot of it can run without you and you don't need to be working hands-on in it every day, all day long. That's why, I came from the restaurant industry. I don't think I'll ever own a restaurant because there really isn't much of a way to own a restaurant without being involved in it full time, because there's just so many issues that can go wrong in the day-to-day of a restaurant, from theft to people calling out to managers quitting. All of these things will drag you right back into the restaurant and then you're stuck there. So starting a business, first of all, you need to have the goal in mind that you're doing this to get out of having a full-time job, and you don't want to step into having a new full-time job, but you're just your own boss. Now, one of the recommendations that I have for you is, if you're thinking about different ideas that you have in your head and you're trying to decide, I don't know what it is that I want to do, something that's helped me a lot is to start building out funnels and websites for these different ideas that I have, and then testing them and seeing either what people have interested in, or also sharing them with friends and family and seeing what they think of it. You don't necessarily have to go and launch every single thing, but you can go create something. You have an idea, you can now create a simple web page or a funnel for it, and then you can test it amongst some people and see, is this something that somebody would be interested in buying? And it's very simple. So the software that I use for that is High Level. And I think this is an amazing tool for you because you can build funnels, you can build websites, you can even host WordPress websites on it. But the best part about that is there's a lot of different funnel softwares that are out there. There's ClickFunnels is the biggest one that I'm sure you guys all know. The thing that I really like about this is it's an all-in-one tool. So not only can you build a funnel, but you can also connect a widget. So if somebody wants to book a meeting with you, they can book right through that software into your calendar. You can also have your email delivery system. So as you start to get subscribers, you can now reach out to them through the same software, and you don't have to go and connect through Zapier, another software, to get to that. There's also AI bots, there's AI agents, there's chat widgets, there's all kinds of tools, way more than I'm ever going to use, that are involved in just this one software, and it makes it very simple to start testing out different ideas. If you're somebody who actually finds out that you enjoy building websites and you like building funnels, it's a great idea for you as well to be able to reach out to other people, even just on the small scale of things, people that you know, and see, hey, do you need a new website? That's what I did when I first had that software. I built a new website for one of my good friends who was an attorney. He didn't have a website at the time, so I got him up and running. It wasn't the best website. It wasn't a crazy fancy WordPress website, but it was highly effective at people going to his site and knowing that he's a lawyer and this is the type of law that he does, and they could book a meeting right there and they can get onto his email list so they can find out about events going on in his newsletter, essentially. I also did the same thing for a massage therapist that I know. She didn't have a website. She wanted a website. I had the ability to build her a website. So what did I do? I built her a very inexpensive website. It wasn't, it's a friend of mine, so I didn't charge either of these people a whole lot of money. But then I was able to put them on a subscription, which is really what's cool about this software, is now they're on a monthly subscription. And for both of them, because they're good friends of mine, I made it really cheap. Essentially, it was like $25 a month for them to have their software, the hosting, all that stuff, all through me. And then if there's anything that went wrong, I could fix it for them. But ideally, you'd be charging $100, $200, $300, $500 if you're actually doing that in a business. So that is an incredible software that allows you to start bouncing around ideas. And then eventually you're going to get to a point where maybe you'll find a company that you're doing a website for, where they now see you as the guy who's doing marketing. And that's what I did in one of the more recent businesses that I'm involved in. That's something that I'm really excited about. But that all started by me saying, oh, you guys don't have a great website yet. Let me redo something for you and build it out. It started off with that. It turned into me having a developer friend of mine build a WordPress website for him. We had this whole big website that was very nice and very expensive that they got built. And I actually became a partner with that company. So now as we move forward, now I'm not only somebody that helped them in the early stages, but now I'm a partner, I'm a part of that company. And that's really exciting. And that all came from me using the software and having the ability to build a website in a very simple means for somebody that needed it. It's, there's a service that is needed. I had the ability to do it. It's as simple as that. I'm not a guru at doing it. So that means that even you can do this. So that software is called High Level. And I think even if you're not doing websites or funnels for other people, it's an incredible tool for just the single person application. It's about $100 a month. And you can use that to build out, test websites, build funnels, start business ideas. You know, pretty much today, any business is going to be starting online, especially if it's something that's leveraged. It's going to give you the ability to get the freedom that you're looking for. So take advantage of that. At $97 a month, it's not a bad deal. And if you want a little bit of help with it, it's actually got an affiliate program, so you can sign up. I'll put a link down in the description below. If you sign up for High Level and you get it through me, I only have a couple of affiliates. It's not something that I really promote very hard, but I'll give you a hand. I'll help you out to the best of my ability, or at least point you in the right direction to get some virtual assistants, some web designers you can get out of the Philippines and India and different places for really, really inexpensive. So if you do have a great idea, you want to build it out very cost effectively, and you have a couple $100s that you can throw towards it, I can give you a little bit of direction on how you can find somebody, even through Fiverr, to have that all built out for you, so you don't have to learn this entire system. It makes it a lot easier that way. So with that said, the whole idea of this video is that you're wasting time. You know, hopefully you're watching this video and you're not wasting time, but there's so many people that are wasting time, and they have these ideas in their head. They know they want to quit their job. They know that they were built for more, and they're just not doing anything about it. They're thinking of all these ideas and they're just not taking action on it. So I just really want to plead with you to just take some action. Just start, just try something. It might not work, and that's okay. That's cutting your teeth. That's learning the skills. That's building another skill set for you that you can now utilize in the next business that you're going to start up. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe this video. If you have a friend who's thinking about starting a business and he's just not getting off his butt and doing it, shoot him this video. Maybe this will give him some ideas and he'll get started. Hopefully you can change somebody's life with this, and if not, then hopefully you can just change your own. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.